Did you ever consider what you'd do if the electric meter at your house quit running? The power went off. It can happen. It's happened to me. The grid goes down, and who knows how long it's going to take to get it back up. We had a tornado come through Moore, Oklahoma, where we lived, and took the power out. We were without power for 8 days. Fortunately, we had a motorhome sitting in the backyard. We just basically moved into it, had kitchen, bathroom, bed, everything we needed. But in an average house, you don't have that. We live in an apartment where the entire kitchen and everything is electric. Don't even have a gas connection here. Everything operates on electric, and when the power goes out, the world stops for you. The range is electric. The microwave is electric. The toaster oven is electric. And even the coffee pot is electric. You have a pantry full of food, all kinds of food there, but everything you see in there requires heat of some kind to prepare it. I'm not a prepper, but I decided to do something to put myself in a position where I could at least make a pan of soup or brew some coffee or cook an egg or something like that. So I ordered a small single burner butane, it's called a Chef Master, 1 burner stove. Got it out of eBay, I think it was. Cost $18.95 with free shipping. So it came in. I'm going to open it up now and let's see what I've got. Well, here it is. But first, they had no packaging at all. It was just in a plastic bag. No padding at all. No wonder they shipped it free. But the first thing that I noticed when I took it out of the bag, the case was broken. Here's the instruction book. Well, let's see if there's any damage on it. It looks like the front of the case here took the biggest lick, but I don't see any damage on the front here. Look at it a little further. Oh, and it took a lick in the back too. Well, so much for the old cheapo case. Hope the rest of it's in better quality than the case. Well, I don't see any corners knocked in. The lid opens and closes. This comes out all right. This is what she set the pan on. I went ahead and picked up a can of butane to put in it to try it out. I got it at Walmart for $2.97 for a can of butane. So now I'll see if it'll fit and lock in place. Well, I've spent a few minutes reading the instruction book, which is 1 sheet of paper, both sides. It's written in English by some Chinaman using an English-Chinese direct dictionary. And the first thing it says do is off the protective cover. It doesn't say remove, it says off it. And you have typical gas canister here with a nozzle, and it has a notch here on it. And you put it in place that the spout goes in the proper hole there, and this little lever pops down to hold it in place. Then you close the lid on it. And here on the front, it has a lock for the can, which pulls the can forward in its place and locks it into place. Now I'll turn it around so you can see the controls on it. This right here controls the gas, and it also triggers a piezo lighter. Now, I haven't lit it yet, but I'm going to try. Okay, I can hear gas on. And presto! I have flames. Nice blue flame there. You can adjust it up and down with the gas valve. That turns it off. Well, that looks relatively simple. Oh yes, and when you have the rack on it turned over, it won't go in place unless you unlock the gas canister. See it drop down. Now you can't lock the gas canister in place with the pan holder upside down. Oh, by the way, you know what they call this? They call this a soup catcher. Okay, it's soup catcher. Oh, and the gas down here, I'll shove it down, turn it back on again. One click of the piezo and I've got a nice flame there. I'll adjust it down. Man, it goes down very low. Turn it off and it's off. Well, I've got me a neat little one burner stove here that I think that I will use in the morning to cook breakfast. And I'll continue this video doing that. Okay, I'll unlock it here. That disconnects the butane bottle. Don't smell any leak. That's the regulator for the gas pressure. Kind of a neat little thing. Well, it came in damaged, so I could send it back to get another one. But it probably, well, at first place I'd have to pay the freight to get it back. And that'd cost $5 or $6 on an $18 item, which hardly seems worth the effort. And it would probably come in the same shape this one did. So I'm just going to keep it with the busted up case, because it isn't, the case isn't worth a dollar, but it'll hold it. Oh yes, I said it was shipped free of charge. Well, it took me 16 days from California here to get this. It started out on FedEx, and I had a tracing number, and I traced it down and found where it said address had been withdrawn. So I Googled that, what that meant. That meant that they couldn't find the address for some reason, and I don't know why, because we have 2 or 3 FedEx trucks a day here at the apartments, and they know every apartment here and park in front of our place here all the time. But it had been transferred to the post office for delivery. Well, since I didn't have a delivery number there or a tracking number, there's no way to trace it. But it finally came in. So I've got it, breakfast on it in the morning. Okay, here's my new toy. I'm going to try it out this morning. There. Boy, that's nice and blue. I'm going to make my breakfast this morning, as I would have to if I had no electricity. In goes the frozen sausage patty, and I'll let it start cooking, and I can adjust the heat at this point to get it right. Well, I'd normally toast the bun in the toaster oven here, but since we're doing it with no electricity, I'm going to have to toast it in the pan. So this is producing some grease, so I'll put the bottom half in there. Cut this fire down a little. It seems to be a little bit hot. Toast one side of it here. Check it. Yeah, they're toasted. Well, I managed to set off the smoke alarm, got that taken care of. Toasted the bottom half of the bun, and I'll put the sauce or the cheese on it, and turn the patty over to heat and cook the other side of it. And I found out this is a lot hotter than it looks, so I've turned the heat down some on it. It's a learning curve. At least my learning curve isn't a flat line. Well, the patty seems to be hot again, and there's some more grease cooked out, so I'll put the top on there to toast. Okay, I'll try this. Yep, and it's toasted too. So now time to cook the egg. Now, a little thing that I like to do on eggs like this is crush some Fritos or corn chips in there. It extends the egg a little bit and gives it a nice little crunch. Break the yellow here and tilt it so it completely covers that. And now my old ice cube trick. Throw in an ice cube and put the lid on it. Put the sausage patty on top of the cheese, and as soon as the egg is done, it goes on top. Okay, let's check that egg and see how it's doing. Shaking it. It doesn't wiggle. So turn the burner off. Salt and pepper the egg. And you know, I've found these are the handiest things in the world to keep from burning your fingers and handling things around on a stove like this. And move the egg on top of the sandwich here, on top of the sausage. Put the lid on that, and here's breakfast. And I did it without using any electricity. Well, the lights of the stove here were on, but that's beside the point. That works pretty good. I think it would take care of us very well if we have a power failure. Well worth the $18.